The flooring tutor, my flag method.
Okay, so a couple of people have asked for me to do a video on the internal corner safety flooring for Cap and Cove. Some people question the fact that I don't use heat, and they think that you have to, and you don't have to. In fact, the flag method, which I'm also going to demonstrate, which is something the Dorset Dagger has asked for, he wants to see a demo of this. It allows you not to use heat in your internal corner. So here it is. Have a look at it. Just to note that I've just got a little bit of scrap vinyl, put it together, put a bit of cove former. I've used a bit of spray just to hold it in place. This isn't how I'd normally fit a cap and cove. I would use a contact adhesive with a cap in, and all the usual bump that comes with a proper job. This is literally just a demo of the technique for installing an internal corner. This is my flag method. All right. Let me know what you think. Have a go at it and come back to me. Let me know what you think. Right, so this is what we're trying to achieve, that internal corner. So I've got a bit of vinyl here. There's my cove former, a little bit of spray. There's no capping on it, so all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fold that vinyl into that corner. And this is the important part of the main cut. I've got to drop it into the 45. Important thing with this is to make sure that your vinyl is stuck to your cove former before you make a cut. And what you can see, I'm kind of rolling it into the wall on both sides. And basically I fold it inwards like an envelope, and I'm trying to create a nice triangle in the corner, which I'm just going to show you in a sec. So where the fold of the vinyl is the bottom of the triangle, and you want to create that triangle with your cove form, so it's like an equilateral triangle where your 45-degree angle and your mitre drops through. Now you're going to use that line just to make a cut into your vinyl from that fold, just so it's perfect. You don't foot up, go all the way to the corner, you just cut in where the 45-degree angle drops. So here, I'm just going to drop it in now, so I'm going to put my right hand side in first. And this is, from this point, is where the name flag method comes, because you end up with a triangle in a corner. It's a bit like the American football, flags that they have in America. So what I do is I kind of like fold that into that corner, and then what I do is start making cuts from the very top where the capping would be, and I cut down but at an angle away from the corner, so cutting like triangles. So as you can see, once I've done that, then push it into the top. Then I make another cut from the nearest point where the triangle starts from the flag, and every time I cut I just push it back in. So this is going to take about 3 or 4 cuts, small cuts, only little triangle cuts. It's not time consuming, and of course there's no heat needed here. I just literally cut down and away, and yeah, it is a bit tough because it's cold vinyl, but it's not difficult to do. Nice sharp hook blade into this, and as you can see I've cut into that internal fairly quickly with just that little simple method. I'm just going to put the left hand side in now. So left hand side again, the important bit, making sure it's stuck to your cove former. Now if I'd got capping, this is what I'd do. I'd cut from the bottom of the capping, from the underside of the capping, I'd cut down a little triangle and then take off my excess, which you can see me doing now. And that would leave the actual shape of the flag that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to show you from that side. Okay, and from this point now I'm going to cut the opposite way, and again using the same method. You're going to go from the top where the capping is, you're going to cut down. Little example there, I'm just cutting down at that angle, little triangles, and each time I'm going to start from the top of the triangle. So I'm going to cut down in a way, as you can see, bosh, push it back in, and then from the top where it meets the wall I'm going to cut another triangle down, never going directly down, always down and away from the corner, and each time I'm going to push it back into the wall. And as you can see, as I do that, it starts to create that downward drop, and that's because of the angle of the wall as the vinyl's coming up the wall. If you went that straight down, there's a good chance that you'd be short. So that's basically it. You can see the fold. It is cold, that vinyl's cold. You can see the crease, but that's going to come out when you weld it. That's perfectly weldable. On closer inspection you can see the white from the